I'm Dean Barlage, and this is Timeless Obsession. Welcome back, everyone. I'm very excited. I'm grateful for every single person that watches or listens to Timeless Obsession. These are for now the solo episodes until I'm finished with my, you could call them the Timeless 13. There's always going to be some episodes about another topic, but that's a little bit where I have it structured in a way before you're going to see the particular interviews that I'm going to go in depth with people into various different topics. Some might be a little bit more uncomfortable. Some are maybe more pleasant, but this is exactly what it's about. This is not the place where we sugarcoat things or sugarcoat life in general. This is not the place where we avoid the harsh truths in life. Oh, absolutely not, because it might upset someone, because it might maybe offend someone. Oh, no, 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 no. Comfort is not king in this situation. No. Honesty is the foundation of it all. Truth. I'm a truth seeker. I want people to do better. And sometimes, well, that might make people a little bit uncomfortable. Purpose over here is the mission statement. Men, women alike. So it's not that I'm doing this for, the rise of masculinity or anything like that. No. I talk to men and women on a daily basis. And basically, the conversations with these people drive me. That is kind of what drives me to have the topics ready to go a little bit deeper into particular issues that people might be going through, et cetera, et cetera. But again, truth, that is the standard here at Timeless Obsession. So last week, I'm always writing down a couple things, and I have a couple words or sentences marked over here that I would like to address and talk about over here in my notes and my notes app. And last week, I just wanted to reiterate that we talked about belief. And funny enough, that recording, that episode did not do so well, or it seems like it didn't do so well. Maybe not yet. And I also think that belief is one of those things that people are afraid of. People are very much afraid to believe. They have a different inclination to a topic when it comes to discipline or positivity because they can directly do something about it. They're like, oh, when I'm more disciplined in this way, or Dean is going to teach me, then I can, become better in my work, in my relationship, etc. Or positivity, people are maybe a little bit more inclined towards that word. But belief, oof, that's tough. It's been eradicated. We've been conditioned not to believe anymore, and that has nothing to do with faith in with religion or anything like that. It's just believing in the good, believing in the future, and everything associated with that. But anyways, that's something that you can watch um, from last week and make your opinions about that, or have some positive and encouragement from that episode. But today, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. It's going to sting maybe a little bit more, sharper, more uncomfortable, but I definitely think that is very necessary because we're living in a generation where people are struggling. It's a struggling generation. Not because life got harder. Oh, no, absolutely not. That's not the case. It's because the people got softer. And today's episode, I was thinking, like, what is the word? What is the topic really? What is it about? It's not about weakness or, oh, soft people or anything like that. That sounds so negative. And everyone knows that's not me. That is really not me. What is the outcome? What is the cure, you could say? Well, it's tough love. It is tough love, is the title. And tough love, the cure for a weak generation. So it's one of those things where I'm like, well, this is so much on point. I was like trying to wrap my head around it, to just like bring up a topic or a title for it. And I just hope that at the end of the episode, that people are going to understand what this episode is going to be about. Give me one moment. I have a little technical difficulty. There we go. And it's not about cruelty. It is not about it's not about aggression or being dominant or anything like that. It is, in my opinion, tough love is the ultimate form of last week's belief. I know that goes a little bit intense or a little tough for a couple of people, but that's great because that's what we're here for. We're not here to shy away from things. We're here to get better. But the first thing at the start, we must realize something and we must ask ourselves the question, how did we become a soft generation? Because back in the day, we didn't have time to think about the issues or problems that we have today. We didn't have the luxury for it. That's the sad thing. And I look around and I ask myself, how the hell did we get here? How did we reach this point where telling someone the truth is considered offensive? That is crazy. It's an absolute crazy thing. And cancel culture is definitely a big part over here in this conversation. But we're lying to people nowadays just to protect their comfort, and that is considered kind. How? How? Everything has gotten a little extra protection padding. Everything is softened. There's no more hardship. There's no more challenge. There's no more pressure. Everything got replaced. Everything from that standpoint got replaced with comfort, validation, excuses, nonsense, and all that kind of stuff. That is, I think, something that a lot of people can agree with, but they're too afraid to agree with it, perhaps publicly, directly. It's always the conversations that I have, in private that are like, well, Dean, this is absolutely true. Like I think about that like that the same way. So, but we gotta get back to it because we're failing as a society, men and women alike. Got to stand for something, right? And even though that our opinions might not align, it doesn't matter as long as we have our own opinions and we accept the challenges and the pressure instead of just kind of like, well, being a sock and being thrown around. There's something that I believe the word strength. We took the word strength and we called it toxic. We took the word discipline and we started calling it oppressive. Resilience. Resilience is another one. It's incredible that there's not a lot of people that are resilient, but when you say about someone, oh, they're so resilient, incredible, that's harsh. That's harsh. And then standards, at a certain point, you set standards, and then people, what do they call them? You tell me. What do they call them? Hint, unrealistic. Guys, we've been conditioned to stop dreaming big, having desires, believing in something. I'm telling you something. It says it right there. Dream big. I keep saying it every single time. All your dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. But this courage, it's been taken from us. It's been absolutely taken from us. That's why there's more people on antidepressants. That's why there's more people that are seeking therapy, therapists, psychiatrists, psychologists, et cetera, et cetera. There's a lot of problems, and these problems are directly because of a weak society that's been conditioned to become weak. And now these are some of the factors. But suddenly we woke up surrounded by people who break down and are so fragile just because of the slightest friction. Ask your grandparents or their parents. They would laugh at us. The problems that we face or endure, they would absolutely laugh into our face. But the thing is, it's not the fault of all these people that are so fragile or because nobody taught them. Nobody taught them. The kids from nowadays, when you're a helicopter over them and you're like, it's okay, try again. No, you have an opportunity, but you also have a responsibility to be a little tougher sometimes. Nobody ever taught them that discomfort is necessary. Nobody taught them that pressure builds character. Oh, we're pressuring our kids way too much. And, I get anxiety from it. Are you freaking kidding me? Come on, guys. Like, nobody this is a really big one. Nobody thought, nobody taught them that responsibility is a privilege. A lot of folks see it so wrong. Like, I even in the elevator today, like, thank God I have the rest of the day off. This was at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Oh my God, I worked so hard. I was at the office at 10 a.m. My day started 5 hours earlier. And I'm not trying to like ask for a little medal or anything like that. But that is just absolutely ridiculous. You're so privileged to have these opportunities. And the problem is, what's the problem? No one gave them this tough love. And tough love is the cure in this drowning world. I went to a comedy show recently, and this guy, great dude, Jeff Dye. And you know what? He's sometimes a little bit more spicy than some people might like it, right? But he is one of the realest dudes in comedy, and I think he's going to be a star, an absolute star. And he said something that I won't forget. He said, "Society," I wrote it down over here. "Society didn't stop being funny. Society just stopped being allowed to laugh." Who told us that? Because everyone is afraid, afraid to offend, afraid to be honest, afraid to say what we actually think. And cancel culture did not make the world a kinder place. No, quite the contrary. It made the world weaker. And we don't, the point is, we don't cancel cruelty anymore. We cancel honesty. We cancel masculinity. We cancel truth. We cancel leadership. We cancel standards. And one thing that I speak about a lot that is that we cancel self-respect. It's like it gets frowned upon. What is wrong with people? What, like, no, that is wrong. And in this case, where Jeff Dye was speaking, like, here's the thing: humor, comedy used to be the one place where a little truth slipped out through laughter. Everyone knows it, the stereotypes, etc. But now that little truth that slips out, that we laugh about, and it's laughter is the best medicine to everything. But now that little truth, it's like tiptoeing around just to exist. You cannot build a proper, strong society by silencing strong voices. You cannot have a strong generation if you're silencing strong voices. No. And that's why Jeff Dye is so right. He talks about edginess. It's exciting. He is edgy. He's like really on that cusp there. Is like, whoa, dude, you're going quite far, but people are laughing. Well, because there's truth associated in it, but edginess is not toxic. Masculinity is not toxic. Strength is not toxic. Being direct is not toxic. Softness is toxic. So there's something to make sure that people don't misconstrue this regarding tough love, because people don't even understand what tough love is. And we got to be very, very clear about something about this. Because tough love is not yelling. Tough love is not shaming or punishment. There we go. Let me go back to this. We got to be clear about something. Tough love is not, it's not yelling. Tough love is not shaming. It's not punishment. It's none of that. It is none of that. Tough love is belief. Tough love is belief, like the podcast, the episode a week ago, which is expressed through standards. And I believe that everyone must hold themselves to a higher standard. It's kind of like looking at someone and saying, I love you enough to tell the truth that you are avoiding. And people get upset about that, because when you throw the truth in their face, people get very defensive. This is true to to a lot of folks. And soft love, you know what soft love is? That's okay. You tried. That's all right. No, tough love is like, all right, cool. You can do better than this. It's not enough. It's just not enough. I think you are capable of more. That is what tough love is. It's honesty, direction, responsibility, expectation, accountability, and so forth. And so forth. Tough love is for your better future, not for the excuses. Because when you see potential in someone, bring that tough love. That's fair. That's honest. It's a lot better. And I'm, I guess I'm giving that to you today. So most folks know that I bring analogies from the gym, and also here. I must bring the analogies. Let's take it to the gym because it's easy. It's the most honest form of tough love. You can tell your friends, you can tell your partner, you can tell anyone around the Instagrams of the world or your family, whatever, right? You can lie. You can lie about the reps. You can lie about the weight that you're doing, but you cannot lie to the weight. The weight keeps it real. The weight doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your mood, about your story, about your validation. If you had a bad day, if your childhood, none of that matters. It just gives you one damn question. Who are you today? That's what the weights ask. And the gym, the iron, I always say it keeps it real. The gym reveals the truth, the true character. You know why? Because resistance never lies. Comfort weakens you. Resistance strengthens you. And that is tough love in the most pure form possible, available. And I think that's what everyone should do. Everyone should have some sort of resistance in their lives that they attack, that they face, that they challenge head on, like the gym. Or relationships, tough love in relationships, where tough love will save love. This is the biggest problem because people think honesty ruins relationships. I actually talk about that with some people about it sometimes because it's always like, oh, how can we, talk about this or that? It's like, be honest because the truth always will come out. Avoiding truth ruins relationships. Being nice ruins relationships. Silence ruins relationships. Trying not to hurt someone's feelings is worse, because they're sabotaging their life. That is what ruins relationships. Real love requires tough love. Truth, transparency, standards, boundaries, expectations. Love without truth is not love. It's bullshit. And again, fear is soft. It's softness. It destroys everything. And that is not just a romantic relationship. It's also the relationship in children and their parents and parenting, because you are building the next generation. I don't have kids yet, but I see it in front of me. It's so clear. You're raising kids. I would say this is maybe a very important part. And I know people will disagree with me. They're like, well, you do it first and then you'll see. But I see how it's been done in one way with a little bit of tough love. And I see how respect is being built, or, the smooth path just doesn't work out so well. It's a very challenging, but direct kind of way of saying it, where tough love is the right way. And again, children do not need a smooth path. They need skills to walk rough paths. They need to be pushed. They need to have the proper amount of pressure. That doesn't mean being a psychopath parent. Absolutely not. But all the words that I used earlier, where I said that might have been toxic, but it's the words like resilience, patience, responsibility, discipline, courage, structure, etc. You don't raise strong adults by removing adversity. You raise strong adults by preparing them for it. Giving your children everything teaches them absolutely nothing. Zero. Removing every challenge will teach them one thing: helplessness. And I say this all the time. And sometimes there's some parents that might feel a little bit offended by it, but your kids, boy or girl, will be a weak a weakling once they turn 18 years old, or when they have to like fend for themselves in the world in their early 20s. It has nothing to do with being cold or warm or loving or not. Tough love is not cold. Tough love is protection. Protection from the world out there. Protection from the world where you will not always be to protect them from, to shield them from. And it's that comfort culture that we've been so conditioned to take upon ourselves. And this comfort culture, it's a lie. Comfort culture is a lie. It's like, oh, if it hurts, you can stop. It's okay. It's hard. Okay, quit. No. Go again. Get back up again. If it's uncomfortable, avoid it. No, don't avoid it. But people wonder, they really wonder why people then at a certain point feel lost, why they feel anxious, or they feel incapable of doing stuff, why they have all these thoughts in their head, because their mind is weak. It's not been conditioned to be mentally strong. Comfort is a little trick, it's a trickster. It tricks you into choosing something easy today, and that is the cost that you will pay tomorrow with your ego or your pride or whatever, really. But the future you will definitely not thank you for being comfortable today. No, the future you is only thankful to you when you've done the hard things today. It's the respect, the self respect that you are building for tomorrow. It's a trap. Comfort is the trap. And getting uncomfortable is the teacher. It's from going from fragile to powerful. And that is why tough love is absolutely essential. And I call this an equal situation. I'm an equal opportunity host, I would call it. However, we do have to talk a little bit about men because men today are more confused than ever before. The world tells men be softer, be smaller, be quieter, just shrink already. Don't defend, don't lead or anything like that. Don't take up space, don't assert yourself, don't be masculine. As if masculinity is the issue. Are you guys crazy? Shaming masculinity is the issue. It is one of the biggest issues in society today. Weakening men is the issue because weaker men cause problems. Weaker men don't become gentler. They're definitely not gentler men. They become resentful, they're lost, anxious, angry, and definitely not stable. What do strong men do? Let's let's follow a couple of things that strong men do. They lead, they protect, they provide direction. They carry the weight and they take the responsibility. They build. Leadership is definitely probably the number one. But one thing that you can 110% count on is that strong men don't let the world collapse on them. When life hits hard, a strong man will stand tall. And there's absolutely nothing toxic about that. Weak men are the most toxic individuals on this planet because that or those folks cause the problems in this world. more so than not. Matthew McConaughey, recently in a podcast, in an interview, he said something that a kind man isn't always a nice man. It's a line from Matt McConaughey that definitely deserves some attention over here. And I'm gonna bring it back over here. 1 second. So he said, "A kind man is not always a nice man. A nice man is not always a kind man." And that definitely hits, I believe, like a truth bomb. Because again, we raised men not to be nice, compliant, agreeable, harmless instead of kind. Nice avoids friction. Nice avoids conflict. Nice avoids honesty. Nice avoids boundaries. But being kind is different. Being kind takes strength. Being kind takes courage. Being kind takes guts. Kind men definitely need to have the guts to be kind. There's backbones in kind men. And a kind man says things that may sting today, but it'll save someone tomorrow. Those are strong men. Because a nice man avoids friction and a kind man avoids betrayal. That's a big, big difference. And I wrote those couple things down over here. And that's where I got to say Matt McConaughey is absolutely right on point over here, where he says we need fewer nice men and far more kind men. And there's something I just want to share. There's definitely a couple of truths over here. I don't know, it's like good or bad or anything. It's his new book, Poems and Prayers, and he speaks about all those things a little bit more. And I'm going to read something next time out of this book. There's a couple of very insightful parts that he wrote down. One thing is about time. I just want to bring that up over here because I had it written down on the side, just to tie it in a little bit. And it does fit pretty well with tough love, where it's like that time is the ultimate currency, the one thing you cannot earn back, borrow, or negotiate. And we talk about improving our lives as if we have unlimited time to figure out. We don't. We absolutely don't. And people don't fail because life's unfair. People fail because they just disrespect their time. And in this case, tough love, this is the whole point where tough love comes in. It's like, look at how you're spending your days, because that is how you're spending your life. So that's all that I want to kind of like say to that. I believe that's plenty. But I had written down a couple of things. I also have a little bit more about the Stallone story from last week, but I have the questions that hopefully will maybe move some people. And it's not to insult people. Absolutely not. It's to wake you up. So, why do you think you're stuck when deep down you know you are avoiding responsibility? Why do you want success without the discipline that success demands? Why do you expect loyalty while you betray your own commitments? Why do you get offended by the truth when the lie is the thing that actually hurts you? Why do you say you're tired when you're actually untrained? I hear that one a lot. Why do you seek comfort when comfort is the thing that is killing your potential? It's not criticism. It is all invitations to start working and facing your own fears. And one more, I had this is basically proof that tough love works. And that's Stallone. I talked about that last time, where he just didn't give up. Everyone knows Rocky, but not everyone knows the grind behind it. Broke, rejected, dismissed, What he was told he would never make it. Okay, he sold his dog just to survive, but he didn't quit. He didn't fold. He continued. He kept going. He didn't soften. He didn't become a pussy. He wrote that Rocky script in 3 days because because of that pressure, created brilliance, just like diamonds. They get created under pressure. Studios would offer him big money if he would walk away from the role. And he said no, because tough love is not always what people give you. Sometimes it's what you give yourself. And he demanded more of himself than the world expected. And that is why he won and why he keeps winning today. So, one last question. One last question over here. What's the cure? What is the cure to a weak generation? I can tell you a few things. That is definitely what it's not. It's not more comfort. It's not more validation. It's not a softer, sweeter language. It is not about excuses, and it's definitely not about blaming the world. The truth is very, very simple. It's taking responsibility. It's the truth. It's discipline. It's courage, capability. It's setting standards higher. It's tough love. That is the cure. The cure is you becoming the strongest version of yourself, mentally and physically, emotionally, on every level possible. And not becoming the softest version of yourself. So I have a little final part over here before I'm going to close down the episode for today. You weren't, and this is part of the prayers and poems. I took an idea over here that Matt McConaughey had written down, and I just started writing a couple things. A couple things are copied, a couple things are inspired by from a couple poems, and this is a little part of it. I was like, okay, why not? Why not share? Maybe it'll help someone. You were not born to be fragile, nor to be hidden. You were not born to apologize for your strength, your fire, your direction. You were born to rise, to lead, to guide, protect, to become someone that your future self is proud of. Tough love is not punishment. It is permission. Permission for what? Permission to evolve, permission to outgrow particular limitations, permission to stop living in softness, in a soft space, in a soft society, permission to step into your own responsibility, to your power. And life isn't waiting for you. Life is definitely not going to wait for you. It's time that you're wasting, because time is also not waiting for you. Your purpose is not waiting outside the door for you either. You want to change? You want your life to take a turn? Start here. Start right now. Start with the truth. Start with your standards. Raise them and start with toughness. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm done being soft. I'm ready to rise. I'm Dean Barlage, and this is Timeless Obsession. And tough love, that starts now. Good night.